Hey, welcome to this Linux channel, and I want to make a little video here for all of those that install Linux Mint. Um, there's one thing that you should do immediately before doing anything else, and is to update Linux Mint. And how you can do that is quite easy with the command line. All you have to do is go into the terminal. You see it at the bottom left, or in the menu here on the left side. That's black square. Basically, you will simply type sudo apt-get. So you write it exactly as you see it on the screen, space update. Press enter and wait for all of the updates to download on your computer. It can take some time. It happens that sometimes it gets stuck on something it's trying to connect, and it takes a little while. So be patient. It's totally normal for it to hang to something for a while. But you'll see, even if it takes several minutes, it will eventually get to the command line again. Now, the reason why you want to update Linux Mint is because when you download it from the web, it is to that package installed when that version was created. So for example, here I have Linux Mint 17.2. This is the image file that I've used, comes from a website where it is the install of 17.2 at the first version they put up. It's a little bit like in Windows. Very often the image file is before all the updates. Same thing for Linux. So as you see here, it's stuck on that connecting to archive.ubuntu.com. As you see, they share a common base. Ubuntu and Linux Mint often share pretty much a common base in what you can see here. So you just need to be patient and wait for that to arrive. It depends on all sorts of little things. It will depend on the day, the time of day, the number of connections on the web for the updates on the Linux and stuff like that. There are some updates and some stuff that is also not available, so it still waits because it wants to see if they are there. But it might just say, oh, okay, finally my time expired. It's not available. So as you see here, it's now continuing. And once it's updated, that's the first part, because you have not upgraded yet. You've just updated. So that's one thing you need to know. So here, for example, connecting to archive.canonical.com. This is a place where it will take a little while again, and finally give me the command line telling me that there are some stuff that they didn't download or was unable to download, which is totally normal, by the way. If you see, okay, I wasn't able to download this or that, don't worry. You're probably not missing anything. It's just that some of the updates or some of the files weren't necessarily required for the overall download. Then once you get to that command line eventually, you will have to issue a second command, which is the upgrade command. And it's pretty much the same command as you just issued, except that you'll change the update word to the upgrade word. So what you see here is the packages are downloaded, so you have the latest packages on your computer. And then we'll issue a command line to upgrade using the latest packages that have been downloaded here into Linux Mint. As you see, it sometimes takes a few minutes before it eventually gets. And it depends on a lot of factors. Like I said, there are times where it's really super fast, and there are other times where it's much longer. Sometimes it gets stuck on a different line, on a different type of connection. So you just have to be patient, but it will eventually work. Don't click that X to close the window and say, oh, I think it's stuck, it doesn't work. You really need to be patient. So here we are. Second command to issue is sudo space apt dash get space upgrade. Press enter. And here it's going to read the package list, and it's a upgrade the system. So here you go. It's going to say here, click yes to whatever question it asks for the space that it's going to use and so on. It's of course going to upgrade the packages on your system, that's for sure. So let it do its job. It upgrades almost every little detail. So all the software that's installed, if you have, say you use the Office here on the programs, you will have sometimes Office. So for example, you have LibreOffice on Linux Mint. If there's an update to LibreOffice, of course it will update that too. It updates everything that is included with the Linux Mint operating system. So let it do its job. Now you could stop here and just let it do its job, and basically you will have upgraded your system. But you can also do a second upgrade, because there are some modules or packages that just a simple upgrade command does not download and install. So there's a last command that you can do to upgrade your operating system, and we'll get to it in a few seconds, and it's the sudo apt-get space dist-upgrade. This will add or upgrade some of the packages that might not have been updated by the first upgrade. And this is something you really should do immediately when you install a new version of Linux Mint, because like I said, you're far behind, and like every operating system, Linux Mint does have security updates. Also, there's a lot of little packages that have been added from different people working on Linux Mint that add features, that improve upon certain features, and of course updates all the different apps and programs in the Linux Mint operating system. So you see here, pretty big update and upgrade. It does take a little time to do, so it's very important to do it. But once you have done that, you're ready to continue on and follow some of my videos that I'll be posting. Of course, like maybe you want to install Google Chrome, for example, stuff like that, to make sure that everything is all right. The Linux Mint operating system has an auto update feature, but it's not a bad idea to sometimes issue a manual command of that update. But in general, it updates itself. You don't really need to do any commands. The reason I'm pushing the command now is to make sure that you're at least at the latest version right away, and you can immediately start using Linux Mint from the start on your computer. There is a big possibility that once all the packages are installed, you will require a restart of your computer, which is totally normal since all the packages have been changed. It might want to, of course, restart. If it doesn't, you will often see that after a restart there are some things that have changed. You always have the progress here on the left side. You see here it says 55% is done, so you can check that, of course, and make sure that you have Linux Mint updating itself. Once again, patience is very important. The number one thing about a technician, a computer tech, is patience. If I did not have that, I would not have, basically I would not be a tech guy. By the way, this updates also certain things that might not have been updated. So, for example, I posted a video on how to upgrade Flash Player. Well, this upgrade process does update the Flash Player. So, there are many questions about people. How do I update this? How do I change that? you know what, just issue a general update and upgrade command like I just did. It's gonna upgrade everything in your system, and it fixes a lot of stuff that people are going crazy over on Linux because it updates it. Simply updates it. That's it. So as you see, lots and lots and lots of stuff are upgraded here, and you can see that, you know, there were a lot of features, a lot of packages that were updated from Linux Mint since it was released. And having an up-to-date operating system is the best way to be secure on your computer, and that includes Linux. You know, we don't hear people complaining about Linux viruses, but I can tell you they do exist, and they will usually you know, use security flaws, and that's why this upgrade is very, very important to do, since it will fix a lot of security issues in your Linux install. So this is the upgrade to Linux Mint 17.2, and by the way, by these upgrade commands, very often when new versions are officially out, very often the upgrade commands will actually send you and upgrade you to the latest version. So once you go to configuration files and issues modified by you or by script, it says default action is to keep your current version. So here you see, yes, install the package maintainer's version. N or 0, keep your currently installed version. D, show the differences between the version. Z, start a shell to examine the situation. The default action is to keep your current version. So you can press just enter, or you can of course press yes to install the package. I would issue a yes for pretty much all the packages that it wants to do, so that you are updated in all of these packages. And here you are, modified package. Here is another update. What are the updates here? Let's see. So we will say yes to pretty much everything to make sure that everything is updated correctly in the Linux operating system. The reason why they ask you is because some of these packages and some of these will change settings, and sometimes, you know, people that are really, really good and into it will want to personalize these settings, and they're afraid of losing them. Of course, that is why all of these questions are asked very often. So you see here, upgrade takes a little while, so don't worry. You know, you have to let it go and let it do its job, and you'll see that eventually you'll be upgraded. In the next days and weeks, of course, I will be posting a lot of videos about different Linux versions and how to use them, how to change all sorts of little details. You know, I am getting back into this channel because I've got a PC that was donated, and it will become my main Linux PC. So it's going to be a great little PC to install Linux on and make these videos. And you know, if you have questions, if you have certain versions of Linux you want to see, don't hesitate. My pleasure will be to, you know, install these versions, test them, tell you what I think, and if you want to see a specific version of Linux, just tell me, and of course I will post a video of that version. Sometimes people, you know, want to see a specific version, they don't want to change too much, or they just don't know how to, you know, go about it. But it is this channel is and will be dedicated to Linux operating systems. And you know, I will learn also because I'm not I'm not a big Linux user, so of course there's a lot of Linux stuff that I am not aware of or I don't know. So some of it will also be learning a learning curve for me. That's for sure. So this is the upgrading of Linux Mint. First thing you should do when you install Linux Mint, of course, is to issue these commands to upgrade your system, and it's gonna upgrade to the latest install of the Linux Mint operating system on your computer. That's for sure. So you see here I am presently recording. Hopefully installing of that, all of that will not change too much of my recording. So the first thing to do, once again, is to issue a sudo space apt dash get space update. And once the update is done, you'll issue the second command, which is sudo slash apt dash get space upgrade. When I say space, it is the space bar. If you enjoy my Linux videos, why not subscribe to my channel? You'll be informed when new videos are online. That's for sure. And you see here, everything has been updated. And there's a last command, like I said, that you should do, which is the sudo space apt-get space dist-upgrade. And press enter. This will also do some upgrade. Yes to all of the questions that I might ask, and of course, once again, be patient. So I hope you enjoyed these Linux videos, and be sure that you upgrade your Linux Mint operating system right away, just before you start using it. You'll know that you'll be updated and up to date with everything on your system. If you subscribe to our channel, you'll be informed when new videos are online. Give us thumbs up if you like the videos, helps us on the ratings on YouTube. And of course, your comments, suggestions are welcome. Hope to have them and hope that you will follow us on this Linux channel.